Hello everyone, my name is Laura Wreath and I am the Associate Rector at St. Stephen's Episcopal Church in Charleston, South Carolina. And I'm so pleased to be with you today on the fourth Sunday of Advent for our Family Faith Formation video. Let's begin how we always do by getting into a comfortable seating position that'll help us to focus. So you don't have to sit like me, crisscross applesauce on the floor. You can sit at a chair or at a table, wherever is best for you. And then once you're in a comfortable place, go ahead and close your eyes, and we'll take 3 calming breaths together. Are you ready? Close your eyes and inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. Last time, inhale and exhale. Keeping your eyes closed, let us pray. Gracious God, we give you thanks for this time of Advent to help us enter into the mystery of Christmas. Be with us as we go on the journey to Bethlehem. Amen. Okay, you can open your eyes and join me for our work here this morning. All right, now it is the 4th Sunday of Advent, so I'm sure by this time you remember the color for Advent. So on our church we use blue. Some churches use purple. This is kind of a blue-purple color, isn't it? Now this is not an ordinary color. This is a special color. It used to be a long time ago, you could only wear this color if you were a king or a queen. It was only for royalty. It is a special and serious color, and that's good because something very special and serious is about to happen. A king is coming, but it's not a king like anyone expected. It's not a king with armies and jewels and riches and castles. This king was a baby who was born in a barn. Now the king who was coming all the way many, many years ago, that king who was coming is still coming. This is full of mystery. And mystery is really hard to understand and really hard to enter into. It's why these weeks of Advent, these stories we've been telling, are so important. It can be easy to miss the mystery. We can run around trying to get ready and shop and do our chores, and we can forget about the mystery. The church learned a long time ago that we need to get ready to enter into a mystery like Christmas. So the church gave us 4 whole weeks to get ready. It is such a big mystery that we need a long time to get ready. During this time, these weeks of Advent, we are all on a journey. We are all going to Bethlehem. We are all getting ready to enter the mystery of Christmas. Do you remember the first people who were on our journey to Bethlehem? The first people who knew? The prophets. Now prophets, remember, are people who come so close to God and God comes so close to them that they understand what is really important. This is the hand of the prophet and it's pointing the way. Do you remember where the hand is pointing to? Pointing to Bethlehem. Now the prophets knew that Bethlehem was important. They knew that something was going to happen there. They didn't know exactly what, but they knew this was the place. The prophet said, "Stop, watch, pay attention. Something wonderful is going to happen in Bethlehem." Do you remember the next people who are on the journey? This is the card of the Holy Family. Do you see the road here? This is the road that leads to Bethlehem. The Holy Family are walking on that road, and we are walking with them. This is the mother, Mary. This is the father, Joseph. And this is their donkey. They were all on the road to Bethlehem. Now Mary, we call her the Mother Mary because she was about to have a baby, a very special baby. But here's the thing. When you are about to have a baby, it is very hard to walk, especially a long and winding road like the one to Bethlehem. Sometimes she was so tired she could not take another step. When that happened, she rode on the donkey. But here's the thing, it is also very hard to ride on a donkey when you are about to have a baby. So when she couldn't ride another step, she got down and she walked. She rode and she walked and she rode and she walked all the way to Bethlehem. They must have been the last people coming up the road that night. Now, after they made it to Bethlehem, we remember the shepherds who were standing in the fields around Bethlehem. So they were outside the city, all around here. And they were watching over their sheep at night. They were trying to stay awake so that wolves would not come and eat their sheep. But all of a sudden, in the middle of that dark and cold night, suddenly there was so much light in the sky that it hurt their eyes. And they were afraid when they saw all of that light. Their hearts were beating so loudly. But then, once they could hear something besides the pounding of their own hearts, they heard singing. Singing in the sky where the light was. Then they started listening to the words of the song. It was angels, and they were singing, "Do not be afraid." Now, angels often have to say that because it can be scary to have a messenger of God come to you. So they kept listening to the singing, and the singing sounded something like, "Don't be afraid, we bring you tidings of great joy, peace on earth, and goodwill to all. A child is born in Bethlehem." "Go," the angel said to the shepherds, "hurry, run to Bethlehem. On that road, run to Bethlehem and see the child who would change everything." So the shepherds, even though they were afraid at first, they listened to the angel and they ran on the road to Bethlehem. Now today is the fourth Sunday. The fourth Sunday we have a new card. We have new people now who are journeying to Bethlehem. This is the card of the kings. You see the crown on that card there? Sometimes we call the kings different things. Sometimes we call them the wise men, or the three kings, or even the Magi. Now, the word Magi sounds kind of like the word magic, and we get the word magic from that word Magi. These people came from far away from Bethlehem, far in the east, and they were so wise that people thought that they were magic. People thought that they were royalty. Now, of all the things that these wise ones knew, here they are, out of all the things that they knew, and they knew many things, the thing that they knew the most about were the stars. They knew where each star was supposed to be at each time of the year. So they could tell people when it was time to plant crops, or how to take a trip on the ocean in the boat, how to get to where they wanted to go, or how they could cross the high mountain passes. The stars showed them the way. They taught them things. And suddenly, in their home in the east, these Magi, these wise ones, they saw a wild star. It was not on any of their star maps. It was new, a new star. And the funny thing about this star, it went where it wanted to go. It didn't stay in the same place. They decided that they would follow that wild star to see where it went. They wanted to see what it would show them when it got to where it was going. So they followed that star all on the long and winding road. They followed the star until they got to Bethlehem. Now, they came from so far away that they didn't get to Bethlehem until after the baby was born. They're always late. Every year, the wise men are late to see the baby. They usually don't arrive until January 6th, which is a long time after Christmas, December 25th. So they usually arrive late. But we still remember them today anyway, because like us, they are on the way to Bethlehem. So, in the fourth Sunday of Advent, now we are all walking with the prophets, we are walking with the Holy Family, we are running with the shepherds, and we are journeying with the Magi on that road to Bethlehem. Let's look at our Advent wreath to see how we will light the candles for this week.
Hello again. So usually at this time I would take you into the church to see the large Advent candles that we have around our altar. But today I thought that I would take you to my house to see the small Advent wreath that I made here at home. Maybe you made an Advent wreath at your house, maybe with some of the greens and the candles that we were passing out at church. If you have one, if you have your own wreath, maybe you could look at it at the same time that you're watching this video. So my wreath, probably like yours, has got the 4 large candles, one for each Sunday of Advent. So let's light all the candles. The first is the light of the prophets. For the first Sunday. The second is the light of the Holy Family. The third is the pink candle. Remember, the pink candle reminds us to find joy even when we're waiting for a big mystery like Christmas. It also reminds us of the Mother Mary, because without the mother, there would have been no baby. So here's our pink candle, the light of the shepherds. Now our last light is new. This is the light of the Magi. the light of the ones who are still traveling on that road to Bethlehem to see the King who was born in a barn. Now this is a new candle, and sometimes when candles are new, it can be hard to light them. Here we are. Once you light your Advent wreaths, sometimes it's nice just to sit and enjoy the light. I see my candle for the Holy Family. You see this one there? That light is very small. It looks like the wick of that candle got broken off, and so it only has a small light. That's okay. Sometimes things aren't perfect. Our Advent wreaths might not be perfect. I know my candles are a little bit crooked, but that's okay. They still remind us of the light. They still remind us of the journey to Bethlehem. Now what I'm going to do is change the light. If you've lit your Advent wreath, you can keep it lit as long as you want. But when you're ready to walk away from the candles, remember it's always safe not to leave candles burning without watching them. Once you're ready to leave the candles, you should change the light. Now remember, it's easy to miss this part, like it's easy to miss the mystery of Christmas. So watch, I'm going to change the light of the prophets. There we are. You see it? So the light's not right here anymore, but that doesn't mean it's gone. Just like the prophets might not be right here at this moment, but it doesn't mean they're gone. Their light is going out and surrounding us. It's filling up the room I'm in. It's even in the room where you are right now. Let's change the light of the Holy Family. Again, see, the light is going out, expanding, expanding. And we'll change the light. I'm going to turn this very gently. Anytime you're working with lit candles, it's good to be very slow and very gentle and very careful. I'll change the light of the shepherds. And now I'll change the light of the Magi. Their light isn't gone. Where you are right now, I hope you feel yourself surrounded by the light of the prophets and the light of the Holy Family and the light of the shepherds and the light of the Magi. Soon it will be Christmas, and there'll be a whole other light that is coming into the world. Until then, be well, stay safe, wear your masks, and I'll see you soon.